So we will organize our sample project, the RMO trade show system, into several iterations. So our plan for the first iteration is to have it finished in just 6 days. So our primary objective is to introduce the concepts and techniques of the 6 core processes. So to do this, we may go a little deeper into a core process that we might usually do on the first iteration of the real project. Also, the iteration will appear to be managed much more formally than might be the case in the real world for such a small project. So the second and subsequent iterations will not be described in any detail. But the complete trade show system project will need several iterations for a finished product. So most new information system applications require a project with several iterations. So in the first iterations, there are usually three major objectives. So first objective is to get project approval. The second objective is to get a clear picture of the system's overall vision. And the third objective is to determine the detailed specifications. And develop a solution for one portion of the systems. So the second and third iterations, which we will not cover, would continue to work on the additional portions of the system based on the system vision. So what I meant by the third objective, the determine the detailed specifications, is that it actually covered the analysis, design, build, and test part of the system. So in our project, or in the sample project, we will touch all these objectives within the first iterations. So we will show, I will show later an example of a system vision document and then develop one portion of the overall system. So before the project actually begins, the head of the RMO's purchasing department works with a systems analyst to identify and document a specific business need and to define the project objectives. So the management then reviews the primary project objectives and provides budget approval. Okay, every organization has a given budget approval. Before a project can start. So some organizations have a formal process to get a project approved. Other organizations have a less formal process. So although these activities are part of the core process 1 of the SDLC, they are often completed in advance of the start of the first project iteration. So they might be called pre-project activities of core process 1, which includes identifying the problem and document the objective of the solution system and obtain approval to commence the project. So which means it includes meeting with key stakeholders, and when the decision is reached that the budget is already approved, then it will continue to the next next activity. So as with all new projects within RMO, a system vision document is developed to identify the benefits to the company and the functional capabilities that will be included in the system. So it is important that we would need to identify the benefits to the company. I mean, why do we need to create a system if it won't benefit the client or the company? So frequently it is done in 2 steps. First is that we develop a preliminary statements of benefits, and then adding estimates of specific cost in peso and its peso benefits. So here you can see here the example of the system vision document for this project. So if you can pause this video, you can pause this video to read the problem description and the other part of the system vision documents for you to understand more about this project. Okay, so as described earlier, the RMO needs a mobile system that can be used by its purchasing agents as they attend various product, clothing, and fabric trade shows. So the system needs to fulfill 2 major requirements. So first, it has to have the functionality to capture information about suppliers and products. And second is that it needs to be able to communicate with the home office systems. And because these trade shows are held in various venues around the world, various methods of connectivity are needed. So preliminary investigation included various equipment options like tablets, smartphones, so smartphones appeared to have the best connection options because a lot of people usually owns smartphones, but their small size made viewing the details of photographs somewhat difficult. The tablets or iPad with advanced connectivity options also appear to be a good option. Because smartphones and tablets have similar requirements, the analyst determined to develop an application that will execute on either type of device, so giving the agents multiple options for system access. Okay, so toward the end of the initial project activities, a meeting is held involving all the key persons, including a representative of executive management. So the decision is made to move ahead with the project and budget, and necessary funds.